It's a bit ironic because when I think of improv, I want to be completely limitless. But when I walk into a studio and I'm expected to create, dance, it can be incredibly scary.
The good news is that there are various techniques you can learn to build confidence in improvisation. In my dance masterclass, I cover 5 essential methods to enhance your improvisation skills. And in this lesson, we'll focus on isolations. Isolations are when you hone in to one specific body part and you explore all of its possibilities. You can easily simplify your body similar to a tree. There are 3 components. There are the roots, the trunk, and the crown, or the canopy. Let's break down each one and explore how you can use them in your improvisation. Let's begin with the roots. The roots you can think of similar to below the hips. First, let's take your right leg, starting at the hip. Let's go as far front as you can, see what that's like. Back, side. From there, it's connected to the knee. Then there's your ankle. See how far, in which direction, where it goes, what feels good. And from there, there's your foot. You can divide that much more than I'm sure you think. There's your heel, putting your weight back on your heel. With the side, your 5 metatarsals connected to each individual toe. Really test yourself and see how much you can articulate each minuscule muscle down there. All of that to then attach to its trunk or your core, giving its shape, its verticality, its strength. That then connects to its branches, your limbs, giving it its life, its sound. Much like the leg, let's use the arm. Starting at your shoulder, that's very similar to your hip. It's a ball and socket joint, so you have an incredibly wide range of motion there. From there, it's connected to your elbow, similar again to the knee. Then there's your wrist, a wider range of motion there. And then there's your hand. See how much you can divide each finger into already individual components. And from there, you can already start to play around with all of your possibilities. Find the similarities between the knee and the elbow. What makes those similar? Or the wrist and the ankle. It's not just doing for the sake of doing, it's doing because you are genuinely interested in it. It's a conscious thought before it is a physicality. We're now looking at the crown or the canopy of the forest. It's very important to understand that there are so many facial muscles involved, and each one equates a very different story or expression, feeling. This says and feels something totally different than this. Or if I look left with my eyes, but I keep my face forward, says something entirely different than if my face is in the direction of my eyes. These are just 2 little examples, and trust me, there's so much you can work with. When you isolate a certain muscle in the face, it also makes you feel something the rest of your improv. And with that in mind, you can have fun. In my dance masterclass, I will teach you an easy foundation to help you get started, and then add more and more advanced tools to help transform you into a confident improviser without fear.